Hi, I'm Minerva. I don't really have any specific pronouns. I'm any and all of the above. I'm cool with either. And I am Colorado Drag Excellence. I started in the Colorado drag scene when I was 18, and I was, that was 5 years ago now, almost 5, yeah. Oh my God, it's seeing the smiles on people's faces and like being able to like light up the room just by like me dislocating a knee or something. Like everybody is like, oh my God, work! And then I get backstage and I'm like, but it's worth it, it's fine. Oh yeah, totally. It was actually my first Pride that I ever did. It was Denver Pride on center stage. I had just like turned 18. It was my first one. And I did I don't exactly remember how I did it, but I like jumped in the air and like did a full 360 and like landed in a split, and my right hip completely just like dislocated in the middle of the split. And I got up and kept going because bitch, that's show business. You just gotta keep going, pretend it didn't happen. But then like literally everybody like freaked out, like people were like going crazy. I ate $1 that day because I made out with somebody who had $1 in their mouth. It's fine, I make decisions. I'm not saying they're the best ones, but hey, you know. I'm in multiple. I'm actually, for ballroom, I'm in the iconic House of Ninja. And then I am in also I believe the official name for the house is DeMarco Douglas, but I'm a DeMarco. My mother is Portia. And then I'm somewhere in the lineage of like the oddball house with like, you know, like Neurotica, Heavenly and all them. And I'm somewhere in it. I don't really know where. At one point I was Neurotica's kid, and then she was like, no, you're Evie's kid. And then we all just kind of were like, we don't really know what's happening, but she's here. I just kind of say that I'm like the weasel that somehow snuck into their house and sleeps on their couch every once in a while, whenever, you know, pre-COVID, but. Oh yeah, totes. Well, I was also like extremely into Greek and Roman mythology as a kid. And I was always super, super connected to Athena. And so it was gonna actually be Athena, but I knew way too many Athenas because that's just a basic every drag name. No shade to Athenas or anything like that, don't cut me, but I just knew way too many Athenas, and so I switched it to Minerva, did my research, and there was no other Minervas that were popping up online, and so I've been Minerva since I was 16. There's so many different aspects to drag, and whether we're talking about business side, whether we're talking about performance side, whether we're talking about personality side, and really the thing that makes me love what I do is that I get to meet new people every single time that I go somewhere. I get to hear somebody else's story every time that I go to a new city or meet somebody new. I hear their story and I get to know them as a person, and I get to work with so many different people from so many different walks of life that it really humbles me in a way, because I kind of get to learn like everybody has their own struggles, and everybody not saying like one struggle is greater than the other, but everybody has their own struggles, and we all can learn from each other and help each other grow from each of our struggles, and we can like be the backbone for so many different people. And like drag queens, that's really what we are for the gay community, is we are the backbone. We are the people who are there to put a smile on your face even on your darkest days, and that's why I love what I do. The Colorado drag scene for a very long time was a more sparkly, sequin, pretty, pageanty kind of scene, but that's just because the first people that started drag here in Colorado started with pageants, and so that kind of was just the trend. That's what happened. That's how it worked. That's what we did. And then, you know, as 2000s came along into the view, people were more comfortable with being alternative and stepping outside the box and doing something different besides just wearing a sparkly sequin gown and a big loaf on top of their head, you know? So I am so excited to see the different aspects of drag and different styles of drag. Like, you can, like, and the best part about it too is that, like, every time that, like, somebody has like a sequin gown or something, they're doing a sequin gown in their way. You can see who they are and what they're wearing. And that's, again, my favorite part about drag, is there's so many different walks of life. You can literally take anything and put it into a different kind of way. Like, you can have a sequin sparkly gown, but that sequin gown can also have a knee slit, that can have a back slit, that can have a sweetheart neckline. You can do literally anything in different ways, and that's, again, like, you see people's story and what they do and who they are as a drag artist, and that's why, again, why I love what I do.
This video is brought to you by One Colorado, one of our proud sponsors of Colorado Drag Excellence Video. One Colorado is the state's leading advocacy organization dedicated to advancing equality for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer Coloradoans and their families. They effectively advocate for LGBTQ Coloradoans and their families by lobbying the General Assembly, the executive branch, and local governments on issues like safe schools, transgender equality, relationship recognition, and LGBTQ health and human services. Thank you so very much to One Colorado for sponsoring the Colorado Drag Excellence Video.